What up? What up? What up?
What's going on? What's going on? Clark Brothers back. Another reaction. Ren reaction time. And which one are we reacting to today? We gotta go down the
Cujo.
checklist. And
Cujo
what is
beat
this one?
down.
Kujo Beatdown from the boy Ren. As most times, and just the way I like it. Don't really know what to expect with this one. But Cujo beat down. Somebody's getting beat down on this track. I guess it's Cujo.
Yes, it's Cujo.
All right. So
Oh no, Cujo's a
again,
dog. So
you know, I gotta get ready to we you know how we do here in the breakdown. We gotta break down the lyrics, right? If it's a music video, we'll also do that at a later date. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Turn on the notifications and make sure you let us know down below what you want us to react to for Ren. First, thanks to everybody who tapped into the message left up on in the community. Again, let us know if there are any other artists that are connected to Ren, right? That you guys tapped into that we know nothing about. Let us know, and we'll tap in and check those artists out as well. All right, so like, comment, subscribe. This is Cujo Beatdown. Let's
let's
go.
get it. Sitting like a dog.
Trying to be the person who is rightly doing right, who is right there on the righteous path, no wrong in words I write. But the forces out that test me right, I'm trying to find the path and forgive all those who test my will. There's trouble in my heart. What the fuck, you little pussy? This ain't highway number 2. This ain't pendulums or songs of hope that can't talk from you. And the last time we did this, the hope did prevail. Now the hope is the road that will choke a bitch pale. No, just wait a sec. Cause there's nothing to be gained when you sever the neck. I know the art is a part of your heart, so you're upset. But this hate breeds hate, please wait, geez, Ren. I'm getting pretty sick of the sick boy, trying to be the it boy, trying to be the I'm so morally equipped boy. Face it, you're mad as fuck, Ren. Now let me cut this worm with my razor blade pen. Fuck it.
Oh,
Hi Cujo, please don't try to struggle, hear me out, see I'm on your side really. Well, I was, till I found you could get a little greedy. Push your luck a little far. There's a moral, little Jimmy, of the cookie and the jar. See the needy and the greedy, they're just trying to fill a hole. So they take and then they take, and still the empty in their soul. They feel so hard done by, poor little you. Wanna take from me big, then I'll take from you too.
It's the perfect time to stop. Let's stop it here.
yeah.
Once again, I guarantee you, Ren loves like psychological horrors and psychological thrillers,
Yeah.
right? Um, when he comes on, once again, as we know, we knew that he was going to be in this aggressive, dark like mode because he came on with the grunting, right?
Yeah.
Like he was
Yeah.
preparing for a fight, he was preparing for battle,
And he
right?
was, you notice he was in that position like a dog, like Cujo's a dog, right? He was kind of
Right.
on those all fours. He was doing, remember Cujo, was a rabbit dog, basically. Remember,
Right. A
well,
rabbit dog,
he was
and
probably like
this, yeah,
possessed.
this has like a double meaning because if I'm not mistaken,
Hmm.
um, Cujo, because I do remember seeing something about hearing this name. I think this was around the time. The reason why it's called this is kind of like a diss track going at the producer Cujo. There's a guy named so he's kind of
Hmm.
like a double entendre with the grunting like the dog or whatever. But there's like a producer I think His name is Cujo, and I think he
Mm.
had the issue with the sick boy because at one time sick boy had to come down, and I believe Cujo is the name of the dude who claimed the copyright for sick boy. Y'all can let me know if I'm wrong or not. You can let me know in the comments. But I thought that is why. Uh, I thought that was the name of the guy. Even though I don't know the full situation, but I thought Cujo was like a producer, a UK producer, what have you. Um,
Probably so. That's probably why he's got somebody in there. You know, I
like
guess
tied
that
up,
guy's supposed to be
mimicking
representing
the other
him. Yeah,
person, mimicking
yeah,
the
he's
other person.
probably. Yeah, that's what I think too. Uh,
So the grunts, he was coming in hot, like he was ready to throw punches. Ready for battle. And now that I believe that it's a disrecord towards this producer. Now I get the whole ready for battle, grunting, right? Came in off
mm,
high gear, right? So he starts off. He's starting off trying to, as usual. Ray always tries to be the good guy. Keeping his righteous, right? But you can already tell, you can already feel his struggle halfway through his verse. You know what I mean? So he says, "Who is right there on the righteous path? No wrong in words I write. Who is right there on the righteous path? No wrong in words I write." So
mm,
he's trying, it seems like he's letting you know he's trying to be honest and have meaningful lyrics, right? He says no wrong in the words I write. So he if they're basically, if it is something wrong, or if it is something never, it's not trying to do that, right? And that's why he says no wrongs in where I write. It's kind of like, and not, how he's into storytelling and what have you. um it's kind of like he's trying to put truth in his words, right?
yeah,
And sometimes it just don't turn out that way, right? So he says, but the forces out there test me. Ren, I'm trying to find the path, right? So I think he's talking about this producer dude when he says, but the forces
yeah.
out there
The forces out
test
there
me,
test me, Ren.
right? So I think he's talking about this Ren dude, right? So forces testing him, Cujo messing with Sick Boy, right? And Ren is
Mm,
like he's trying to remain calm. I think that's what so far out of that. So all right, let's take it back a little
mm,
bit
yeah.
and we will continue.
Bought the guy out. I guess that's supposed to be maybe the producer looks like him or the person looks like this guy.
Little you wanna take from me big, then I'll take from you too.
Want to take from me, so he's got to be talking about something.
Who's this?
Shut up, slut, you said the last. Thought you said you like it rough. Thought you said she liked it rough. You're a bitch, man, what the fuck? I'm confused by this dynamic. Like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys, you probably think that this is extreme, I won't lie. Maybe just a little bit mean, I feel a little bad about it, really. Nah, I'm only messing, lad, I love to spank the greedy. Feel me? I hope you wake up sweating from your nightmares, see me. I'm the sick boy that you enslave, free me. When you fuck with
Yeah,
my
it's
work,
got
you
to be
might as
about
well
that.
bleed me. I put my whole soul in.
Say again.
It's got to be about that. He's mentioning
Yeah.
Sick Boy.
Said boy,
It
and
has to
then
be
you
that.
got it got him. It's going back and forth of him being a pig. He's saying greedy.
Right.
Him a pig being greedy. He's talking about greedy, obviously for money. Yeah, that was a whole thing. It was that thing with uh I do remember hearing about that, and you look it up. That was a whole thing with the. So this is definitely a bona fide diss track,
Right. At the
basically,
producer.
and the producer who what did he dispute? Did he dispute something
Yeah,
or
he I think he struck it. I think he
because you know
struck with a
everything is
copyright.
YouTube with Ren, so
Yeah.
you
He
messing with
struck.
his money
I
now.
think he
That's how
tried to
he
say
make
a
money.
copyright that he owned the beat, and then there was some sort of disagreement with the rights to the beat, and I think Ren was giving him the proceeds or what have you, that certain amount of proceeds, but then I guess he came back and he wanted more, whatever. I'll have to sit down and get the whole gist of it. But I think that's what it was, something about a copyright.
Okay.
And then the guy waited until Sick Boy, because Sick Boy is one of Ren's biggest ones. And then he waited till it got real big and popular, and then I think he tried to come back on the tail end and double dip or something like that. So I'll have to
Mm,
find out exactly, what he was saying. But I
mm-hmm.
believe that's what happened there. Now, when he says, hi Cujo, please don't try to struggle. Hear me out. See, I'm on your side, really. Well, I was until I found you could get a little greedy. See, I think that's what happened there. Push your luck a little far. There's a moral, little Jimmy of the cookie in the jar. Going back to Jim, Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put
Mm-hmm.
your hand inside
Mm-hmm.
the cookie jar. Take more than you need. So he went back to
Need. Yep.
there's a
Yep.
moral, little Jimmy of the cookie jar. See the needy and the greedy. They're just trying to fill a hole. So they take and then they take, and still they're empty in their soul. That kind of coincides with what happened with Jimmy when he said,
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy followed the code inside the land of the free. Put your hand inside the cookie jar, take more. And then he said something about trade Lamborghini for a life, trading money for souls. That's what he said right before he said the Jimmy line. And he said, they
Mm-hmm.
feel so hard done by poor little you. Want to take from me, B, then I'll take from you. And then that's when he brought in, they start to this one. Now he's got a girl tied up.
Now I wanna speak to that in the please the renegades correct me if I'm wrong. I just looked it up while we were sitting here. So apparently that represents Cujo's girlfriend.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that because I saw something. I looked up Cujo girlfriend. It says Cujo's girlfriend messaged Ren telling him he's lucky that Cujo is a good guy. So it's just got serious because
Right.
if it was her career on the line, she wouldn't be half as nice. She also threatened to break Ren's kneecaps. What?
What?
Yeah, this is what I just read. I looked it up. What is going on? It's got crazy.
Gee
We might have
whiz.
wow, there's a whole story we probably should have read about before we even watched this. But
Wow.
it's gonna make me
There's an
go read
interview
about it
out there.
now.
Maybe we'll react to that at a later date. Maybe react to the
Yeah.
interview where he's explaining, because I think there's somewhere on YouTube where he explains this whole thing. We might have to do a whole reaction to that
So
and
that
get his
yeah.
story.
So when he says right there, shut up, slut, you said enough. I thought you said you like it rough. So that might have been what he was
Okay.
referring to. Thought you said you like it rough. Like if she told me if she actually threatened to break his kneecaps.
Right.
I mean, jeez. I thought you said she liked it rough. He turned back to him, I guess. But you're a B, man. What? Wow. Oh
Woo.
man, it's this
All
is rough.
right. Let's go. So it's getting serious. It's getting real. So
Right when he brings her in,
it puts a
let me
whole
go in
different.
there.
It hit different
Whole light
now.
on it.
Now that you know that there's something behind it. Okay.
One thing you have to know is you don't have to know anything. I don't even have to know as much about Ren. He's obviously for the dramatics. He's obviously with the shits, but he's for the dramatics.
Hmm.
He's gonna do a diss. No one does diss tracks like this. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? He's going all in. So his stuff is going to be visually dramatic. So I wouldn't be surprised. I want to see what happened after this. I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to sue him or something like that. I don't
Right,
know.
right.
It all depends on how much these people look like the actual people. So, all right, let's get it. There we go.
Shut up, slut, you said the night. I thought you said you like it right. I thought you said she liked it rough. You're a bitch, man, what the fuck? I'm confused by this dynamic. Like it's Bonnie and it's Clyde, but the killing you're committing is career suicide. Whoa, guys, you probably think that this is extreme, I won't lie. Maybe just a little bit mean, I feel a little bad about it, really. Nah, I'm only messing, lad, I love to spank the greedy. Feel me? I hope you wake up sweating from your nightmares, see me. I'm the sick boy that you enslave, free me. When you fuck with my work, you might as well bleed me. I put my whole soul into my words legally. Now a little thief want beef, want steal from me. That's how little thief lose teeth, you meal to me. I'm the subject matter, you are part of the scenery. This is how the sick boy works, you feeling me? Cunt, I'm sick with the pen. I went easy on the daughter, he's a friend, it's Zen. But if I ever hear your mouth speak the name of Ren out in public, then it's public, you don't want that again. And no warning for your bitch, trip a girlfriend too. Mrs. Nice behind the scenes, poor Kujo, boo-hoo. If I ever read another fucking comment from you, then this is only part one, it's even worse than part two.
Wow. And then cut the lights on him.
It's got the lights out. See, the views expressed in this video are for creative purposes. Any issues I have with will be dealt with on a personal
basis.
He doesn't condone abuse of. Okay, yeah. So
Wow.
you see, that's what it is. He said this is only part two.
He said
So
part one. No, it's only part one. It gets worse in
yeah,
part
it's only
two.
part two. It gets worse. Whoa, it gets worse in part two.
Yeesh.
Yeah, I'm only
So
messing, lad. I love to spank the greedy. I love to spank the greedy. Yeah, and you heard he said something about. He said, "See me, I'm the sick boy that you enslaved. Free me." So
right.
yeah, he must have something. Like we said, he probably either has some sort of. When you're dealing with Ren, you're dealing with it's independent. He doesn't have a label like that. He probably has to be like a YouTube thing or something. I don't know if he has a contract with the guy or whatever, but as you all know, if this guy is the producer, and I'm not sure, I'm just going on general knowledge here, guys. When a producer and a rapper makes a track, it's a collaboration. This is legally now. We're talking legally music and stuff like that. So it's probably why he's giving him so much trouble because once you and that's with anything, that's with a musician and a producer. We're filmmakers, right? If we get hired to direct a film or write a film, and someone, the producer, pays for it, it's a collaboration now. So like we have to talk about who owns what. All that should be covered in your contract, but um,
He.
it's got to
I
be something
like.
like that. He said, "Free me."
Freeman, yeah. I like when he said, "What the f, you little p? This ain't high Ren number two." So basically, after you can double entendre that too. A number two is what a S word. So this ain't no high Ren
Mhm.
S. This is like serious, right? So he's like, and this ain't high Ren part two. High Ren was like a
Yeah,
song of hope, right? So
yeah,
this ain't none of that, right? So it was like his angry persona is like interrupt, dismissing Cujo aggressive. Because remember, uh, he said, I guess that's like dark Ren and like that's like regular Ren and dark Ren or whatever, and it's like dark Ren took over, right? When he
yeah,
says when he's dismissing Cujo, and he's like, it's not hopeful, it's not a sequel to High Ren. Like he was just
yeah,
letting them know it was serious. And he said, "This ain't pendulums of songs." And he comes behind that and says, This ain't Pendulum or Songs of Hope that See You Next Tuesday took from you, right?
Yeah.
So that's basically referencing back again. He's still on the high end because high end was like a pendulum metaphor, balancing
Yeah.
hope and despair. Remember when he's like high end, he was talking to deep side, or your music start doing that good. It was like hope and despair, and he was like, but I really am trying, and I'm getting good feedback and stuff like that. And then every time he said something good about the music, the dark Ren came back and said something else. Right. So again, the Cujo copyright strike had to be on Sick Boy, right?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
that kind of, judging from this song, that was kind of took him a step back. Like, really, we had this all worked out, right?
Mm.
So he's basically calling Cujo out for stealing his art, right? And this is now a personal song, pretty much for him. Um, he said, and the last time we did this, the hope did prevail, right? And once again, High Ren, right, was
Mm.
but basically the last time he was going back and forth with Dark Ren or whatever, the hope prevailed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Um, he said, now that hope is the rope that will choke a bee pale, right? Ooh,
Yo,
just another metaphor, right? Hope
piss,
becomes a
they
weapon.
pissed him
That's the
off,
rope
man.
to destroy Cujo. Man, that's a chilling bar. Hope
Mm.
now's a rope choking Cujo. Like, he ain't holding back. And he said there was another line. Um, I want to get into when he's talking to the girl.
Mm.
Let's see.
What up? He talked to her on that part where he said, "I thought you like it, right?"
Right. So
I
can't
told you.
see.
I just looked up that thing about his girl. I don't know the girl's name. I just looked up that Cujo girlfriend thing, and apparently she sent messages to Ren. That's probably why he said, "I don't want to read another one of your comments or whatever." She
Right.
sent a message to him, a text message, or maybe through social media, basically threatening him, which that was dumb because I'm sure you got to do a screenshot that and you got that as evidence. But that was
Right.
stupid. If she sent him a message threatening him, break his kneecaps or whatever,
That is
it's getting very messy. And then I read something. I gotta read up on this when we're done because I saw something else came across about he keeps referencing Sick Boy because that's the record I think in question, and I guess the producer something about and it automatically resonated with me when we were watching. We had that choir back there and the sound with the choir. The choir all got all remember how they looked like they were all killed or they were all laying there
right.
at the end. Something that's got to be some sort of reference to because I read that this guy produced Sick Boy or whatever, and he sampled the choir on Sick Boy illegally. So he didn't get it cleared. He didn't
Mm.
clear that sample. So now that makes sense with the choir falling and stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, that's wild, man. This
He
is
said,
wild. This is
legally now
crazy.
a little thief want beef. Want steal from me. That's how little thief lose teeth. In other words, he's gonna punch you in your mouth. You keep talking.
Ah,
You meal to me. Basically, you're food. You messing with food
you food, bro.
you're
Yeah,
messing with the food on my table, right? You meal to me. I'm the subject matter. You are just part of the scenery.
yep.
It's about
You
me,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You're
he's just
just
such a
part of
man.
the scenery.
Yeah.
The
See, this
subject
is what
matter is
happens.
me,
I can
right?
tell you from that line alone, this guy is smelling his butt, as they used to say. This guy's
Right,
getting a little too, he probably trying to say, I'm just as important as you. I produced
right,
the beat.
right.
Nah,
That's
nah, nah,
exactly what
nah,
he's
my
trying to
friend.
say.
No, 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 no. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, legally, once a producer and an artist make a record, it becomes a collaboration. But the bottom line is, don't try to act like we had that situation with our show Block TV.
Yep.
We had a gentleman who was there when we started it and thought that he helped start it because he was there when we
Right.
started
No,
it.
you didn't help
You
start it,
know,
bro.
like, bro, you was
You
there,
put
but
your ass
that
on the
don't mean
scenery.
you
He
deserve part of the company.
he said,
Yes.
"This is how sick boy work. You feeling me?" And then I guess talking to the girl, C word. I'm sick with the pen. I went easy on the Dada, the Don Dada. He's a friend. It's Zen. But if I ever hear your mouth speak
Zen,
the
which
name
is
of
like
Ren
cool.
out in public, then it's public. You don't want that again. So basically, if you ever hear your name, now he's gonna make it public. He's gonna
Yep.
address you in public. And a warning for your B of a girlfriend too, Mrs. Nice behind the scenes, poor Kuju. Mrs. Nice behind the scenes, poor Kujo. I guess he was saying, "Oh, Kujo, he's upset or what have you." If I ever read another effing comment from you, then this is only part one. It's even worse in part two. So basically,
Mm.
if he hears something else
I'm
from you,
coming back.
he's coming back with
I'll be
another one.
back. Like the Terminator. I'll be back. You got it right. I'll be back.
Man, so yeah, what I'm gonna do is I probably wanna go and take a look at um if there is an interview, or if he is um explaining this
And yeah,
anywhere, right?
yeah, we're
About
gonna
what
look at
happened
that.
because
Look a little bit into the. I don't know if this became a legal issue, a lawsuit, or if they go in that route. Maybe because it's. I mean, just because it's independent, don't mean they can't go the legal routes. I'm sure Ren does not strike me as a type of dude that don't have his paperwork right. He
right,
just does this because all of the stuff that he does a lot of stuff with visuals. Sometimes he used visuals from other things, like the one he did where it had all the TV stuff going on. So, I mean, uh, I really want to get more into this and hear more about it. But as far as the record itself, it was top tier. It's just that the disses don't hit as much for me yet because I don't know the whole story. Now,
right,
once I go in and dig into the story, these disses they're gonna hit harder. I'm gonna have to go back
right.
listen to it.
I'm gonna have to go
Whoa,
back and
whoa,
check
whoa,
and
whoa.
get the whole story with that. And again, if there is anything that's gonna help us and help us figure out the beef, y'all, all the renegades, put down in the comments, where what put in some guidance and some links. We can say, okay, here is where it first started. Here is if Cujo responded. Let it, give us a link if he sent a
Right. I don't
response
know if he
back.
raps,
You know
but
what I
did
mean?
he get another rapper
Right.
to
Did he
respond
get
and
another
get
rapper?
bodied
I don't
by
know if
Ren?
he wants smoke with Ren, but
Oh,
so
none
we
of
can at
them
least
do.
find out what he said. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because you know,
And if the woman said that to him, I hope you screenshot that. I'm sure you did, because
right,
that's a straight threat, and that's crazy. If they're gonna straight threaten you like that, that's crazy.
right.
It's
So,
your
so
song. At the end of the day, it's the artist's song, and I know the producer, but you can always change a beat. You can come in and get a producer to remix it, or you could take a new beat to it and still put the song out. So uh
hmm,
this is gonna be interesting. So
right.
I'm gonna
So
look more into it.
yeah, y'all let us know, man, down in the comments. And we're gonna circle back on this when we find out more context to it, man. If I knew this was a diss record, but like I said, we don't when we react, we want to be reacting authentically. We don't want to look up what's going
Hmm.
on with the song. Like I don't like. I want to give it a 100% first time reaction. I don't know anything about the song. When we go into it, we make sure we don't know anything about the song. So like, comment, subscribe down below. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. Clark Brothers for the breakdown. We'll catch y'all in the next Rim reaction. Peace.
Peace.